ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीनाय अपराधलक्षे क्षिप्तस्य कामादितरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि तं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते शरणारविन्दम्। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णभक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तवतार भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। One more time. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So, by hearing Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, today is a very, very auspicious day, and that is the appearance day of Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Panchatattva Atmakam Krishna Bhakti Bhakti Shaktikam. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explaining Bhakt Panchatattva Atmakam Krishna Bhakti Rupakam. Bhaktavatar Bhaktattva means Panchatattva. In that Panchatattva, Bhaktavatar is Shri Advaita Saraswati. Bhaktakyam is Shiva's Pandit. And Namam Bhakti Shaktikam, the potency of Mahaprabhu, is Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Srila Gurudev explains Shri Gadadhar Pandit is not different from Radharani and a very, very intimate associate of Mahaprabhu. Even though there are 3.5 associates of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but in that 3.5 associates of Mahaprabhu, we don't see Gadadhar Pandit present in that 3.5. Who are 3.5? Shri Saru Damodar, Shri Ramanand Rai, Shiki Maiti, and Madhavi. But these are listed as 3.5 intimate associate of Mahaprabhu. But there is no Gadadhar Pandit in that. Why? There are many questions. And Srila Gurudev explains Gadadhar Tattva answering all these questions. Other question is, we see Gadadhar Pandit when there is a chance of performing any, assuming any role, he is choosing the role of Rama Devi, Lakshmi Devi. Where? In Mayapur, where we have Shri Chaitanya Much. That's actually Chandrasekhar Bhavan. Who is Chandrasekhar? The Chandra, the moon, in whose dynasty Shri Krishna appeared and performed his pastimes. The moon is Chandrasekhar. And Mahaprabhu, once upon a time, he performed a pastime of dancing. All the associates were given different roles. Shri Haridas Thakur as an inspector and is carrying a stick in his hand. They are playing a drama there. Mahaprabhu played the role of Rukmani Devi, Shivas Pandit, and many others. It's a very elaborate subject from Shri Chaitanya Bhagavad. But Shri Gadadhar Pandit took the role of Rama Devi, Lakshmi Devi. And sometimes Shri Gadadhar Pandit takes the role of Rukmani Devi also. Being eternal associate of Mahaprabhu, why assuming this kind of roles? Why not straight away the role of Radharani? These are some very, very important questions and very in-depth philosophy. Shri Gadadhar Tattva is present in this. So the question one was, what was that question? Pay attention. What was the first question? Why the name of Gadadhar Pandit is not there in 3.5 associates? Even though Shri Gadadhar Pandit is Antaranga Shakti of Mahaprabhu. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami explains, Ek Mahaprabhu are Prabhu Dui Jan, Dui Prabhu Seve Mahaprabhu Charan. First we are going to hear some tattva and then some pastimes. Shri Kaviraj Goswami explains, there is Ek Mahaprabhu are Prabhu Dui Jan. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahaprabhu, but there are two other Prabhus. One is Advaita Acharya Prabhu and Shri Nityananda Prabhu. And they both serve Shri Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is one and two Prabhus. In this Panch Tattva, there are three Vishnu Tattva and two Shakti Tattva. Who are three Vishnu Tattva? Mahaprabhu, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, and Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. Three Vishnu Tattva and two Shakti Tattva. Bhakta Avatar, Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakti Shakti. Means devotees like Shivas Pandit and Shakti is Shri Gadadhar Pandit. What is the difference? What is the difference? Shivas Adi Yat Koti Koti Bhaktagan Shuddh Bhakta Tattva Madhe Ta Savar Ganan. Shivas Thakur and all other devotees, which are unlimited, they are termed as Shuddh Bhaktas. But Gadadhar Pandit Adi Prabhur Shakti Avatar Antrang Bhakt Kare Ganan Jahar. But Shri Gadadhar Pandit is Mahaprabhu's Shakti Avatar. And therefore Gadadhar Pandit is in the category of Antranga Bhakta. So there are two categories. One is Shuddha Bhakta and other is Antranga Bhakta. One is Shuddha Bhakta, pure devotees, and other is Antranga Bhakta, intimate devotees. So all those who are under Shakti of Shri Gadadhar Pandit, means Shri Gadadhar Pandit is Shakti of Mahaprabhu, they are known as Antranga Bhaktas, intimate Bhaktas. But those who are Shivas Pandit and many others, unlimited devotees, they are Shuddha Bhaktas, pure devotees. Now, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Sasi Thakur explains, in Madhure Ras, all other rasas are present. The Vatsal, the Dasya Ras, the Sakya Ras, the Vatsalya Ras. Those who are following these rasas, serving Krishna, they are Shuddha Bhaktas. But those who are following the footsteps of Madhure Ras, they are Antaranga Bhaktas. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, in his Anubhashya, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, explains this tattva very detailed. And because of this gradation, those who are Shakti Tattvas, means those who are Antaranga Bhaktas, intimate devotees, they are superior than Shuddha Bhaktas, pure devotees. Therefore, Shri Gadadhar Pandit, not different from Radharani, serving in Madhurya Ras, but as Dasya Bhav. Madhurya Ras, but Dasya. Everyone serves Mahaprabhu in Dasya Ras. Those who are devotees of Shri Nityan Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu, the servants of Nityan Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu, the two Prabhus, the two incarnations, they are the devotees of Nityan Prabhu and Advaita Acharya Prabhu. They are serving in Shantaras, Dasyaras, Sakyaras and Vatsalaras. But when the category of these devotees, they worship Shri Gaur Sundar, Shri Mahaprabhu with so much love, then these intimate devotees, Antaranga Bhaktas, are known as intimate devotees, serving in Madhurya Ras Ashrit, under the guidance of, under the shelter of Madhurya Ras. That's the point of worshipping Shri Gaur Gadadhar and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namane Gaur Shakti Sarupaya, the embodiment of Gaur Shakti. And who is that Gaur Shakti? Shri Gadadhar Pandit. The embodiment of Gaur Shakti is Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and therefore he established the worship of Gaur Gadadhar. Many devotees, they worship Gaur Vishnu Priya. And many devotees worship Gaur Gadadhar. What is difference? Big difference. Those who worshipping Mahaprabhu and Vishnu Priya Devi, they are worshipping as Archan Bhav. But those who are worshipping Gaur Gadadhar, they are worshipping as a part of bhajan. Those who are worshipping Mahaprabhu and Vishnu Priya Devi, their Mahaprabhu is more like Gaur Narayan. Just like in Krishna, all other incarnations are also present. And who is Narayan? Narayan is not different from Krishna. Narayan is Vilas Vigraha of Shri Krishna, the opulent part of Shri Krishna. That is Narayan, that's all. But those who worshipping Lakshmi Narayan, are they equal, or that worship is same as the worship of Radha Krishna? No, there's a difference. Similarly, many worship Gaur Vishnu Priya Devi. They are following the worship of Archan Marg. Srila Gurudev explains this. Our Srila Gurudev explains this, and which is the tattva established by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Param Gurudev and all acharyas. That's Archan Marg. But those who worshipping Gaur Gadadhar, that's Bhajan Marg. And their Mahaprabhu is Gaur Krishna. Their Mahaprabhu is Gaur Krishna. And Shri Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani. whereas Vishnupriya Devi is Bhu Shakti, Shri Bhu Nila or Shri Bhu Nila. These are the three potencies always stays with Narayan everywhere. So Rukmani ji is Bhu Shakti with Krishna, and Mahaprabhu being served with along with Vishnupriya Devi is God Narayan, served with Bhu Shakti, Lakshmi ji. But Gaur Gadadhar is a very speciality of worship in Bhajan in that Madhurya Ras. So therefore, who established this worship of Shri Gaur Gadadhar? Gaur Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate. Not other than the embodiment of the Shakti of Gadadhar Pandit, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. As we go and see in Godrum Deep, at the Samadhi of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you see it's worshipable Shri Gaur Gadadhar. We have darshan of Gaur Gadadhar. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all acharyas under guidance of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they introduce or they worship Shri Gaur Gadadhar. Gaur Dham, Gaur Nam and Gaur Kam. Shri Bhaktivinoda Thakur with a special potency of Shri Gadadhar Pandit preached, established, inspired, propagated the worship of Shri Gaur Gadadhar. So therefore, Shuddha Bhakta and Antaranga Bhakta, that's the difference. Shivas Pandit and all other devotees are Shuddha Bhaktas. Naraji and all are Shuddha Bhaktas. But Shri Gadadhar Pandit as Shakti and all our acharyas, same in the line of Shri Radharani. Shri Gurudev, acharyas, they are manifestation of Radharani. So therefore, they are Antaranga Bhaktas. What is the difference? Just like Rupa Goswami, Shri Gurudev explains, Rupa Manjari is present in Rupa Goswami, but Rupa Goswami is not present in Rupa Manjari, although they are same. You heard this before. Rupa Goswami is not present in Rupa Manjari, but Rupa Manjari is present in Shri Rupa Goswami. Therefore, Shuddha Bhaktas and Antaranga Bhaktas. So, Antaranga Bhaktas, intimate devotees, is a term which includes all the Shuddha Bhaktas. So, all Antaranga Bhaktas are Shuddha Bhaktas. But all Shuddha Bhaktas cannot be Antaranga Bhaktas. Understand? Because Antaranga Bhaktas are under the category of Shakti. So, Namami Bhakti Shaktika, Shri Gadadhar Pandit is Shakti Tattva. So that's the Tattva established by Srila Prabhupada about Shri Gaur Gadadhar, Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Now, Radharani serving Krishna in so many ways. All other rasas are also present in Madhurya Ras. Dasya, Satya, Vatsalya and Madhur. The qualities of all rasas are inclusive in Madhurya Ras. So, when Radharani is serving Krishna or pleasing Krishna, everything is present there. When she is cooking for Krishna, Dasya is present there. And she herself has said, Anath Raman Preshta, Kwasi Kwasi Mahabhuja, Dasyasya Karpanye me Sakhe Darshan Sunidhi. Oh my beloved Krishna, oh my Prandhan Krishna, where are you? Where are you? Dasyasya Karpanye me. I am your maid servant. Please extend your darshan to me. So, Dasya. And then Sakhiras. Not Sakhiras, I mean in Sakha Bhav. As a friend. You know, just like Don't compare otherwise. Just with an ordinary example. A wife serves husband with with all these moves. She is taking care of her husband. She is cooking for her husband. Thus, she is friendly with her husband. Some friendship mode, something is there. She is always affectionate towards her husband. So Vatsalya is there. And of course, because she is beloved, so Madhurya is present. Similarly, Radharani serving Krishna, pleasing Krishna with all Madhurya ras, which includes all other rasas in present here. Therefore, Devi Krishnamai Prokta, Radhika Paradevta, Sarv Lakshmimai, Sarv Kanti, Samahoni Para. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami explains. Devi Krishnamai Prokta, Radhika Paradevta. I'm not going to elaborate on this some other time. But important point, only picking up the important point. Sarv Lakshmimai. Radharani Sarv Lakshmimai means all Lakshmis and Vaikuntha expansion of Radharani. Expansion of Radharani. Sarv Lakshmi means Sarv Kanti. What is the meaning of Sarv Kanti? Kanti means complexion. That's the meaning of Kanti. But here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains some other deep meaning of Kanti. Kanti shabde Krishna sakala vancha rohe. Krishna sakala vancha radhita rahe. The one meaning of Kanti is complexion. But in reality, or we can say the Mukhya, the prime definition of Kanti is all the desires of Krishna. All the desires of Krishna. Kanti Shabde Krishna Sakala Vancha Roy. The word Kanti here means all desires of Krishna. Krishna Sakala Vancha Radhita Rahi. All desires of Krishna are fulfilled by Radharani. So therefore Radharani is Sarva Kanti. Samhoni Para. Shri Radharani serves Krishna, but only to please Krishna. Her mood is Vamya Bhav. Vamya Bhav means unsubmissive mood. There are two bhavs, Dakshin Bhav and Vamya Bhav. Dakshin Bhav means submissive mood, as we see in Rukmani, as we see in Lakshmi. Rukmani never display any man. Lakshmi never display any man. Never. Whereas Krishna, he display man there. Vishnu can do this, but Lakshmi and Rukmani cannot, because they are serving in Dakshin Bhav, submissive mode. But the speciality is of Radharani is serving, pleasing Krishna with Vamya Bhav, means unsubmissive mood. That's why Hetu Ahetu Yunaman Uchyate, Ujjwal Nirmal. Goswami explains. Sometimes that man is with cause, and sometimes a man without any cause. Without any cause. Radharani just turned her face around. And Krishna said, what happened? What I did now? And she's thinking, what excuse shall I say? What excuse? But yeah, I'm in man. But why? Let me think. So Durjay man, very, very difficult man. Sometimes Hetu, sometimes Ahetu. These are different kind of man. But why she's doing this? Because she knows when Krishna please me, pacify me, we get so much bliss. And only to enhance his bliss and to please him, I have to take the role of assuming man, the sulky mood. So this everything of Radharani is only to please Krishna. That's all. When Mahaprabhu, who is Radha Krishna Miliktanu, the combined form of Radha Krishna together, Krishna desired to assume the complexion of Radharani, to take the mood of Radharani, to go through or to relish what Radharani goes through by seeing me or by hearing my name, etc. Ah, so that's the reason Mahaprabhu is golden complexion. But Radharani is also present in Gaur Leela as Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Just see, Radharani here, instead of keeping her that same mood as in Braj Leela, that is unsubmissive mood, unsubmissive mood, Vamya Bhav, as Gadadhar Pandit is assuming Dakshin Bhav, submissive mood. Gadadhar Pandit never displaying any mark in Gaur Leela, no. If he do this, the whole Gaur Leela will be finished. Finish means, what I want to say is, Krishna cannot, Mahaprabhu cannot relish the entire Gaur Leela for the reason why he took the complexion of Radharani and the mood of Radharani. He can't do this. If Gadadhar Pandit display mark, then Mahaprabhu will go and please Radha Pandit and the Surup that I am Krishna and she is Radha, everything will be over. So that personality, which is the center of entire Gaur Leela, is Shri Gadadhar Pandit. But the importance and Vaishishya, the speciality of Gadadhar Pandit is knowing why Krishna has took my complexion and my mood. He is silent. Silent observer. Only want to observe how Krishna is able to, if uh, he's playing my role, he's playing my role, and if he's good in playing my role or not. He's just silent observer because he can't do same activities as Radharani in Braj Leela. Otherwise, can't. Krishna cannot relish this moods, and everything will be over. So imagine Shri Radharani even changing her mood, her nature to serve Krishna. That's why Krishna is. That's why Krishna said, "Na pareham nirvadyu samam." He already begged this. He already uh, told this in Krishna Leela. I cannot repay your debt, but I want to repay, and that's why this whole Gaur Leela is about to repay the debt of Radharani, to show to the entire world the glories of my Radha. But he became more indebted. Why? Because again Radharani appeared as Shri Gadadhar Pandit, and even she is changing her mood, changing her nature, which is so difficult, but only to please Krishna and only to serve Krishna. She, Radharani, she came as Shri Gadadhar Pandit and adopting submissive mood, Dakshin Bhav, like Rukmani and like Lakshmi Devi. That's why he's not counted amongst 3.5 associates. Shri Narhari Sarkar, in his book, Shri Bhajanamrit, he explains this. Shri Narhari Sarkar, associate of Mahaprabhu, explained this. That Mahaprabhu never highlighted Shri Gadadhar Pandit so much. Never highlighted. Because Gadadhar Pandit is silent observer. And there is a reason to this. And reason is playing the role. And he only want to, Gadadhar Pandit only want to observe this and to correct him if he's doing something wrong. But he's seeing Mahaprabhu is doing everything fine. He's imitating. And not only imitating, but he's actually going through all these emotions. Understand? Therefore, स्नेह, श्रद्धा, साधु संग, भजन प्रिया, अनर्थ निवृत्ति, निष्ठा, रुचि, आसक्ति, भाव, प्रेम, स्नेह, मान, प्रणय, राग, अनुराग, then रूढ़, अधिरूढ़, भाव, महाभाव, मोदन, Modan, Madan, and Madanakshama. Krishna can only reach to the stage of Srila Gurudev explains Rood and Adirood. That's all. We don't know. We are just hearing the terminology, but we don't know the details. Yeah, it's very high topic. Some other time when we will read Ujjwal Neelmani after some years with proper better understanding, then we'll hear this topics in details. So Krishna can only go to Rood Adirood, but Modan, Madan, all the gopis can go beyond Krishna to relish this, but only and only Radharani, Madanakya Mahabhav. No one can reach to that point. No one. Only Radharani. And that's why, what was the second question? No. So Mahaprabhu is not highlighting or directly uh, uttering the name of Gadadhar Pandit. Some occasions, but not so much highlighting. Wants to hide this because hiding here means antranga bhakta, the intimate bhakta, intimate uh, associate Shakti, Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Sri Gadadhar Pandit took birth in Bangladesh, which was in India in those days, 500 years back. And father is his father name was Sri Madhav Mishra and mother Ratnavali. Since childhood, Sri Gadadhar Pandit was very quiet and silent, very grave, always absorbed in Krishna Leela. When associate of Mahaprabhu, they take birth in different provinces, Yog Maya Shakti covers them. Otherwise, the the variety of the pastimes cannot be relished. Therefore, Yog Maya covers till 12 years. Sri Gadadhar Pandit stayed uh, in his village with his parents, but then the parents shift the migrant to Mayapur, where very near to the house of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and near to Shiva's Angam. Therefore, when we go to Mayapur Parikrama, at Yogpit, the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, the house of Sachi Mata, nearby what we see, Sri Gadadhar Angam, Advaita Bhavan, Gadadhar Angam. So Sri Gadadhar Pandit used to stay there and was in friendship with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is Chanchal Nimai, very restless Nimai. Mahaprabhu in Navdeep Leela is different as Mahaprabhu in Nilachal Leela, Jagannath Puri. When Mahaprabhu is in Navdeep Leela, he is very notorious. Or jumping into Ganges, pulling the feet of Brahmins, and then troubling everyone so much. Yeah. But Mahaprabhu also got a title Pandit because of his extraordinary knowledge in the six darshans, the six philosophy, especially Nyaya Darshan, the logic. And Mahaprabhu, like troubling everyone in Navdeep Dham. Navdeep Dham was the center of all learning, the center of all education. People from abroad, they used to come in Navdeep Dham to get education because all six darshans, the six philosophies, were taught where? Vidyanagar, in the Parikrama where we go Vidyanagar, where all great personalities like Shri Valmiki wrote Ramayana there, Srila Ved Vyasji wrote Bhagavatam there, and many other, all these acharyas. They're the center of education. Mahaprabhu has his Vidya Vilas. You know Vilas? What is Vilas? Hmm? Play. Sometimes he has Ras Leela, that is his different Vilas, different play. Krishna's. But Mahaprabhu has Vidya Vilas in a playful manner. He know everything, but he used to trouble the Brahmins, the Pandits of Navneet Dham. And Mahaprabhu was like creating a terror amongst the Pandits. If anyone seeing Mahaprabhu, they used to hide in the bushes, saying, "Oh, Nimai is coming. We should hide ourselves." Why? If Mahaprabhu sees someone, bring that person, come to that person and say, "Can you explain this sutra, this formula?" Yeah. And then Pandit established this. Mahaprabhu said, "Totally wrong." And Mahaprabhu refuted his version, and then he explained his own version. The Pandit became so amazed and shocked. Oh, wow. Yes, it's true. Mahaprabhu established his own. And then after saying this, Mahaprabhu said, "No." Nimai said, "This is wrong." And then he refuted his own and re-established something else. And the Pandit said, "Yeah, this is great." But Mahaprabhu said, "Even this is wrong." And then he re-established. And there's a Pandit getting confused and they just run away. "Nimai, you are too much." Similarly, Mahaprabhu used to trouble Gadadhar Pandit also. Mahaprabhu used to ask all these questions to Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit very sober, very quiet in dealings, very brave, quiet. And he don't like Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, troubling me for asking this question. Once upon a time, Mahaprabhu asked, "Gadadhar, how you explain mukti?" And Sri Gadadhar Pandit, very simple, sober, what he understands, because he is covered by Yog Maya. See, this is only a playful pastime, a drama, a role is playing. Otherwise, Radharani knows everything, even more than Krishna. Krishna admitted in the school of Radharani to learn the art of reciprocating prem. Radhika Prem Guru, Ami Shishyanat. Krishna says, "Radharani is my Prem Guru." Krishna boldly says this. But this is a pastime. A play is going on. So Yog Maya covers. Gadadhar Pandit, very sober, quiet. They say Atyanta Dukh Nivritti is actually Mukti. Atyanta Dukh Nivritti means there's cessation of sufferings. There are sufferings with body and there are sufferings from the mind. So all these sufferings from the body, what to speak of body, but even from the mental level of suffering, even that mental plane of suffering, get totally finished. That's called Atyanta Dukh Nivritti. That's Mukti. Mahaprabhu used to laugh, "Oh, Gadadhar, you don't know the meaning of Mukti. I explain you. Mukti means Mukti Hitva Anyatha Swa Swarupena Avastiti." Bhagavatam, first canto. Mukti means one who gets established in one's spiritual form. That's called Mukti. So Gadadhar, that's not the meaning of Mukti. Gadadhar Pandit, very simple, sober, because he has assumed a role of, he is playing the role of submissive mood. So he can't transgress that mood. Otherwise, in Krishna Leela, if Krishna would have asked any question to Radharani, she can give 10 answers. And Krishna get bewildered. Huh? Even I don't know this. That's different. There is Vamya Bhav, unsubmissive mood. And here is submissive mode. So Gadadhar Pandit is very strict with his mode only to highlight Mahaprabhu. That is his sacrifice. Sacrifice. If Krishna wants to have foot dust of Radharani's lotus feet, she's ready for that. If Krishna wants to leave Radharani, gives her pain in separation, she's happy with that. But in this God Leela, Radharani and Gadadhar Pandit, if Krishna wants to relish the mood of Radharani, so Gadadhar Pandit has to, he has to keep that mood of submissiveness, Dakshinha. So Mahaprabhu established, Nimai Pandit established, Mukti means not Atyanta Dukh Nivritti, not cessation of the sufferings, but something more than that. And Gadadhar Pandit, he runs here and there by hearing from Nimai Pandit. And when Gadadhar Pandit he sees Mahaprabhu, means Nimai Pandit comes, he also hides behind the bushes. Because when Mahaprabhu will come, Nimai Pandit will come and again ask questions. And Gadadhar Pandit is very simple, sober. Very simple. Always afraid. I don't know what Nimai is going to ask. So, a kind of a terror was there by Nimai Pandit. A terror was there. Oh, Nimai Pandit, everyone is hiding. So all devotees, especially all residents of Navdeep Dham, especially Shri Gadadhar Pandit had a desire. If Nimai can become a Vaishnava, how glorious will he be? I'm praying Nimai can become a Vaishnava. Oh, when he will become a Vaishnava? A devotee of Krishna. So Gadadhar Pandit requested this. And then, after some days, Shri Ishwar Puripal, he came to Mayapur Dham. And devotees in Mayapur, they had darshan of Shri Ishwar Puripal. And after some days, so I'm not speaking in sequence, but picking up from different chapters from Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita together. Father of Mahaprabhu, Sri Jagannath Mishra, he left this world. And Mahaprabhu, before that, when Shri Ishwar Puripal came to Mayapur, Gadadhar Pandit used to hear Harikatha from him, especially Krishna, but which Leela? Krishna Karnamrit. Not, he used to hear Krishna Karnamrit from Shri Ishwar Puripal. Who? Gadadhar Pandit. And then days passed, Shri Jagannath Mishra, he left this world. Mahaprabhu, he went to Gaya to offer oblation to his father who left this world, who disappeared from this world, Shri Jagannath Mishra. And there at Gaya, Mahaprabhu, he saw Shri Ishwar Puripal and he got Diksha from him. After receiving initiation from Ishwar Puripal, Mahaprabhu came back to Mayapur, and now he's not same Nimai. He's different. He became Bhavuk Nimai, emotional Nimai. No more jumping, no more troubling, no more dancing. Very quiet, very sober, tears flowing from his eyes, all the time chanting Krishna, Krishna, where is Krishna? Krishna Kathai, Krishna Kathai, Krishna Kathai. Seeing everyone asking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Sachi Mata got worried. My elder son Vishwarup already left me. My husband, Shri Jagannath Mishra, already left me. I have only one shelter, and that is Nimai. And see what happened to Nimai. He went to Gaya to perform Shraddha ceremony, oblation ceremony. When he came back, what happened to Nimai? He also started manifesting this symptom of a renunciate. Who's going to take care of me? Mother became so worried. Day and night she also trying to see how Nimai is crying and feeling separation from Krishna. What happened to my son? He changed all of a sudden. Is it because of separation of his father? She's all the time wondering that. And devotees in Navdeep Dham, they are so happy. They are celebrating festival. So happy. They are seeing each other, greeting each other. Hari bol, Hari bol. You heard the news? You heard the news? You heard the news? What's the news? Nimai has become Vaishnav. Everyone so delighted. Really? Yes. He's become a Vaishnav. So the center point of whole Navdeep Dham is Nimai. So in the house of Shivas Pandit, Shivasangan, many devotees they used to come and pick some flowers for the deity worship. And there Shivas Pandit met Shri Ramai Pandit. And while picking flowers, they both speaking to each other. You heard the news? What's the news? Something new? He said, no, I didn't heard. What happened? Nimai has become Vaishnav. Oh, they both start dancing. Really? And now they all are so curious to see how Nimai is doing. And they see Nimai is totally different. Totally different. Not chanchal, not restless. Very sober. Very beating, beating, beating. Before Mahaprabhu used to have his own toll. Toll means he used to teach his students the bank of Ganga. And he's showing off his intellect there. Showing off. Krishna has Abhiman. Huh? Mahaprabhu also. The true Abhiman, the true ego. Showing off so much. And so much explanation of each and every Sanskrit grammar. Dhatu, the root. But now, each and every grammar, each and every word, each and every root, each and every sentence, all related to Krishna. Student got surprised. They stuck with wonder. What is this? How you can explain each and every root or grammar or word related to Krishna? And that's the expertise of Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, how he's connecting everything only with Krishna. से विद्यार फल जानियो निश्चय कृष्ण पाद पद में यदि चित्त वृत्त रहे. What is the ultimate benefit of acquiring vidya, knowledge? Krishna पाद पद में यदि चित्त वृत्त रहे. The only and only motive of acquiring knowledge is to have what? Firm faith and devotion at the lotus feet of Krishna. That's all. And when this is done, then there is no problem in gathering some education or learning. But when the motive is to only enjoy the material world, that education, that degrees have no any meaning. Then it's like donkey, as Srila Bhakti Thakur explains. Jeev ke kare gada. But when this vidya, this education is for establishing one's relationship with Krishna, and that's the only meaning of learning. So the students were surprised to see Mahaprabhu cannot bear that separation. And once upon a time, in his house, when Gadadhar Pandit was there, and Sachi Mata was hidingly seeing what Nimai is doing, because she wants to see what my son is doing. And Nimai is crying, Hey Gadadhar, Krishna Kothai, where is Krishna? Gadadhar, where is Krishna? And Gadadhar Pandit wants to pacify Mahaprabhu, saying, "Oh, Krishna is just in your heart. Why you have to be so restless and weeping for Krishna? Is just there. Really, Krishna is in my heart." Mahaprabhu became little pacified. Otherwise, Mahaprabhu used to tear his chest, rubbing his nose to the walls. That intense separation. And Sachi Mata can't handle this. Therefore, when she observed that how Gadadhar Pandit is very efficient in taking care of Nimai, my son, so Sachi Mata approached Gadadhar Pandit. Hey Gadadhar, I request you, always stay near to my Nimai. Always stay, because only you can pacify my Nimai. Otherwise, there is no one who can pacify him. There is no one. And in this way, Gadadhar Pandit, he got an opportunity to always, along with, stay with Nimai Pandit, Mahaprabhu. So in this way, many pastimes. One time at Advaita Bhavan, very near to Mahaprabhu's house, Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu house in Mayapur, Sri Gadadhar and Sri Mahaprabhu, they both, means Gaur Gadadhar, they both visited Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu. And Advaitacharya Prabhu collected so much paraphernalia to worship his deity, to Shaligram, and he was offering everything. But when Mahaprabhu appeared and came over the scene, Advaitacharya Prabhu understood who is Mahaprabhu and who is Nimai. Is that same Krishna to whom I invoke. Advaitacharya Prabhu, one of the name of Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu is Nada. Nada means who shook, shaken the Singhasan of Krishna. Mahaprabhu, sorry, Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu roared so loudly that the Singhasan of Krishna starts shaking. And because of that, Krishna has to come as Mahaprabhu in Mayapur. So Advaitacharya Prabhu immediately understood who Mahaprabhu is. And by seeing Mahaprabhu, all that paraphernalia, flowers, etc., immediately came and paid obeisance to Mahaprabhu and offered all paraphernalia, means flowers, etc., to see at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Because he understood, he is Krishna, he is my Lord. Because Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu is what? Mahavishnu. And Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu, he prayed to Mahaprabhu saying, Chaitanya Radas Mui, Chaitanya Radas, Chaitanya Radas Mui, Taradase Radas. I am the servant of Mahaprabhu, I am servant of Mahaprabhu, I am the servant and the servant and the servant of Mahaprabhu. He begged like this. So when Advaitacharya Prabhu offered everything, Gadadhar Pandit can't reconcile this. Someone who is so senior in age, someone who is so senior in bhakti, in devotion, sincerely performing his bhajan, and what he's doing, what Advaitacharya is doing, offering obeisances and offering everything at the lotus feet of this young boy, Nimai. Sri Gadadhar Pandit can't reconcile this. And he told, what are you doing, Advaitacharya Prabhu? What are you doing? And Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu is praying, Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahman Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Nama. O Krishna, you are the protector of the cows. O Krishna, you are the protector of the Brahmins. Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahman Hitaya Cha. You're the well-wisher of the entire world. Sri Advaitacharya Prabhu is praying obeisances. And Gadadhar saying, what are you doing? You're not supposed to worship a young boy like this. You're supposed to worship your Shaligram. You were supposed to worship Narayan. He's young boy. What are you doing? And what Gadadhar Pandit did, when you see something very shocking, what do? You bite your tongue. Yes, rarely happens, but sometimes when you see something really very shocking and bite the tongue like this. So Gadadhar Pandit saw this, what Advaitacharya is doing. So he bited his tongue. Not supposed to do like this. Just like once upon a time, Shri Gurudev in the Purushottam month in Jagannath Puri, year 2001, and some few devotees, we were staying in that house where Srila Gurudev was staying. This is a long story, but cut short. Gurudev, all the way from his room, from first floor, he was chanting, and the kitchen was on the ground floor where we were helping the sevak, the cook of Gurudev, in cutting vegetables, etc. And Gurudev came there chanting without even informing. He just came from his room chanting to see what they are cooking. And we didn't expect it that Gurudev is coming there. And Gurudev came from, we were just busy in our service, and Gurudev came from behind and said, "What are you cooking?" And we looked back, how come Gurudev is here? Understand? Like it's so surprising. So Gadadhar Pandit also, he did like this. Ah. So you should not worship this boy. No, it's not worthy of worship. You are so senior in age and devotion and bhakti. Then Shri Advaitacharya Prabhu told, say Gadadhar, you don't understand who is he is. You don't understand. One day when you will understand, then you will know what I did. One day you will understand. And then you not give up his company. You always want to be with him. Then you understand what I did is appropriate and is bona fide. So Gadadhar Pandit, being covered by Yog Maya, is not able to understand who Nimai is. Only understanding Nimai is his friend. And he's become Bhavak Nimai, very emotional Nimai. And then other pastime is in the house of Shuklambar Brahmachari. Who is Shuklambar Brahmachari in Krishna Leela? The Dvija Patnis, the wife of Brahmin, who came with all paraphernalia to offer to, in the morning, our Tulsi Parikrama we sing, Jayo Dvija Patni Jayo Naga Kanya Gana Bhakti Teja Hara Paile Govinda Charana. Shuklambar Brahmachari, in the house of Shuklambar Brahmachari. Gadadhar Pandit was hiding. Mahaprabhu came there, and when Mahaprabhu came there, he manifested all these transcendental emotions. And by seeing these emotions, Sri Gadadhar Pandit, he felt unconscious. He fainted. What's happening to Nimai? What's happening to Nimai? What is this? Tears rolling on the floor. All this transcendental sattvic bhav. Gadadhar Pandit can't see this, and he felt unconscious. But after a while, when Mahaprabhu touched Sri Gadadhar Pandit, and he came back to his consciousness, Mahaprabhu told Gadadhar, "You're very fortunate. The emotions which you went through, even I have no access to these emotions. All glories to you. So high emotions in you. May one day I can also feel the same emotions as you are." So Mahaprabhu is glorifying Sri Gadadhar Pandit, and Gadadhar Pandit felt so embarrassed with how Nimai is glorifying me for this. And that's the nature of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is also, even though Krishna, but submissive mood. Trinadapi Sunechin, Rodapi Session. Very submissive mood. Not arrogant as he was before. Totally changed. A changed person. Uh, and Mahaprabhu, he used to say, Na prema gandosti dirabe me haro. I don't even have a tinge of prema in me. That Mahaprabhu who is going through so many sattvic bhavs, transcendental emotions, but he's saying, I have no tinge of prema in me. But he used to glorify others, seeing their emotions. But what he is going through, he's saying, this is just a show off. Na prem gandho asti durape me haro. Kandrami सौभाग्यम हरम प्रकाशेतु वंशी विलास अनन्य अलोक बिना विवंति जत प्राण पतंग यथा. Oh, the tears which you are all seeing, this is just a show off. But I don't even have a tinge of pain in me. My life is useless, just like an insect, because I have not developed a love, any prem for Krishna. Mahaprabhu used to say this. So this is one pastime in Navadvip. And once upon a time, Mahaprabhu is calling out, Pundrik Re, Bap Re, Ebap Re, Ebap Re. And devotees wondering, why he's saying like this, Bap Re, Bap Re. Mahaprabhu said, very soon, a great personality is about to come in Navadvip in Mayapur. And everyone is wondering, who is that personality? And after some days, Shipundik Vidyanidhi came there. External appearance totally different. So once upon a time, Shri Mukund Dutt, he invited Shri Gadadhar Pandit, let us go to see a Mahabharata and we will learn Srimad Bhagavad from him. So Gadadhar Pandit went with Mukunda. And what he saw there? Shri Pundik Vidyanidhi, who is actually Shri Vishwabhanu Maharaj in Krishna Leela, means the father of Radharani. The father of Radharani, Vishwabhanu Maharaj, came as Pundik Vidyanidhi in Gaur Leela. But we just heard Shri Gadadhar Pandit's father is Madhav Mishra. So then who is that? So it explains the Madhav Mishra is just an expansion of Shri Pundik Vidyanidhi. But actually Pundik Vidyanidhi is father of Shri Radharani, means Gadadhar in actuality. But Madhav Mishra is just an expansion because of Leela, pastime. So when Gadadhar Pandit saw Shri Pundik Vidyanidhi, totally Vaishnav pride, means materialistic person. He is lying on silken, big mattress, very opulent bed, white silken sheet, and he's just resting like this, chewing betel nut, scented perfume, his hair with scented oil, and there is a golden spit on where he has to spit his betel nut, and there are some dasis who are fanning him, and he's wearing gold, diamonds all over his body, silken cloths. Gadadhar Pandit was surprised. Mukunda, where you brought me? He's a materialistic person. What he knows about Bhagavad? He don't even know Bha of Bhagavad. Then Mukunda, he recited a verse from Bhagavatam. He said, oh, Shri Gadadhar Pandit is only seeing Pundik Vidyanidhi, but is not having darshan of Pundik Vidyanidhi. Seeing is different, darshan is different. So many devotees, Srila Gurudev used to warn many times, don't just get confused to see external behavior or external outlook of a Vaishnava. No, don't get confused. Otherwise, it's offensive, and you will lose your shraddha, your faith, and all bhakti. Everything's finished, destroyed, because you are only concentrating on the external behavior. You are only seeing the external outlook, but you are not entering into the internal part, the bhakti part, the dedication part. Gurudev, whenever he used to explain this pastime, what we are hearing now, Gurudev always commenting on this. Many disciples, they don't understand the activity of the Gurudev. Oh, Gurudev is getting massage. He's accepting massage. Or he's ordering his disciples to do this, to do that. Or Gurudev sometimes is reading newspaper and he's telling us not to read newspaper. External outlook. Don't get confused. To see, Shri Gadadhar Pandit got confused to see Shri Pundik Vidyanidhi. But that doesn't mean we accept each and everyone like that. This is also a point. Many details are there. So Mukunda Dutt, he uttered a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Aho bhakyam stan kalakutam vinasapaya api asati lebe gati datri uchitam tato anyam kam vadyalum sharanam rajena kam vadyalum sharanam rajena. Oh, who can be more merciful than Krishna, who killed Putna? The demon possessed the strength of 10,000 elephants, but disguised herself as a mother and wants to feed Krishna with her breast milk. She disguised herself. But how merciful Krishna is, Dayalu, compassionate Krishna is. He killed Putna only when he was 6 a young boy. He killed Putna, but gave Putna what? Motherly-like destination in his abode full of Vrindavan. Motherly-like destination. Who can be more Dayalu, compassionate and merciful than Krishna? Pundik Vidyanidhi, when he heard this verse of Bhagavatam, oh, all transcendental emotions manifesting on his body. He's roaring and tears flowing from his eyes. He's laughing like a mad person. He falls on the ground, rolling on the ground. Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna, Ha Krishna. He's throwing away all his ornaments. Very unusual behavior. Gadadhar Pandit saw this. What? Just by hearing one verse of Bhagavatam explaining the compassion of Krishna and what is going through so much transcendental sattvic hearts, emotional, transcendental emotions, just by hearing one verse. And I was thinking, he's a materialistic person. I did offense to him by assuming him to be a materialistic person. But he's actually, he is a pure devotee. That was only external outlook, which I was not able to understand. So therefore, Shri Gadadhar Pandit felt, he felt I did offense. And therefore, he later begged forgiveness and seek initiation from Pundik Vidyanidhi. He received initiation from his own father. Pundik Vidyanidhi means Vishwabhanu Maharaj, who is Vishwabhanu Maharaj in Krishna Leela. Gurudev used to explain this pastime. Now, there are so many pastimes. One very important, the last. Actually, so many pastimes. When Mahaprabhu, okay, fast. When Mahaprabhu, he left Sachi Mata and Vishnupriya Devi, and he wanted to take sannyas, he went to Katwa. So 5 devotees knew about the secret mission of Mahaprabhu. And amongst these devotees, Sri Gadadhar Pandit was also, he knew this. So they also went to Katwa, and before receiving initiation, Mahaprabhu, he ordered the barber to shave his head. Mahaprabhu was having such beautiful hairs, silken hairs. The beauty of hairs of Mahaprabhu diminished the pride of Cupid. But when Mahaprabhu ordered the barber to shave, Gadadhar Pandit said, "No, please, Nimai, don't do this, don't do this." But Mahaprabhu ordered, and the barber, his hand was shaking. He's never seen such beautiful hairs in his life. He said, "I can't do this, I can't do this." But Mahaprabhu ordered him, "Must do, I'm going to take sannyas." So Gadadhar Pandit, by seeing this, Mahaprabhu is getting shaven. He felt unconscious. He can't tolerate this. Then, on the order of Sachi Mata, Mahaprabhu went to Nilachal, Sri Jagannath Puri Dham, and Gadadhar Pandit, along with all other devotees in Navdeep Dham, always feeling separation from Nimai, so much separation. And Mahaprabhu feeling intense separation in Jagannath Puri. Krishna, 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 he calling out. Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav, Krishna Keshav Rakshamam, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav Patmam. Mahaprabhu is dancing and singing, jumping high in the air, falling on the ground. And then, on the occasion of Rath Yatra, all devotees from Bengal, they used to come and participate in Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. Not with the mood of seeing or participating in Rath Yatra, but only one mission, to have association and to see Mahaprabhu. That was prime reason. And therefore, when they used to come Puri, they first of all come to see Mahaprabhu, not going to see Jagannath Temple. And Mahaprabhu used, this is their mood. Try to understand this. If Gurudev is present in Vrindavan Dham, or if Gurudev is present in Mayapur, or Gurudev is present in Jagannath Puri, and we are coming all the way from different countries to suppose Jagannath Puri or Mayapur or Vrindavan, what should be our prime duty? First of all, to go and pay obeisances and see Gurudev and then Krishna. That's the etiquette for disciple. So devotees, they love Mahaprabhu. Therefore, they are going to see, first of all, they're going to see Mahaprabhu in Gambhira. But Mahaprabhu is also playing a role of Acharya. Apni na kaile dharma sikhaya na jaye. Mahaprabhu is teaching the conduct. Therefore, Mahaprabhu asked the devotees, "So you all visited Jagannath temple and see Jagannath?" They said no. Mahaprabhu said, "Why not? Must go and see Jagannath. Must go and see Jagannath." So devotees, from their perspective, they are right. They have to come first and see Mahaprabhu, then Jagannath. But from the perspective of Mahaprabhu, being Krishna, but playing a role of Acharya, indicating them to first go and see my Lord, that is Jagannath, to see Lord Jagannath. Different roles. Mahaprabhu is playing a different role here. As Krishna, different role. As Mahaprabhu, different role. We have to understand this mature, not with immature. Otherwise, we get confused. Then, devotees, Shri Gadadhar Pandit also used to come and see Mahaprabhu. When Rath Yatra is over, Mahaprabhu used to tell devotees, "Now go back and come again next year. Must come again next year for Rath Yatra." Mahaprabhu ordered that. And crying, weeping, they are leaving Mahaprabhu. And Gadadhar Pandit also had to leave in so much separation from him. But then he decided, I want to be with Mahaprabhu all the time. Therefore, he decided to take Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra means staying, a vow of staying one place. That kind of sannyas. Cannot leave that territory. This is the meaning of one. This is one meaning of Kshetra sannyas. Other meaning is Shri Jagannath Puri Dham, known by different names. Nilachal Kshetra, Vipralamba Kshetra, and Shri Kshetra. Shri means Radharani. Kshetra means the place of Radharani. That means Shri Jagannath Puri Dham is also known as Gupta Vrindavan, the hidden Vrindavan. And one mood is very prominent there, and that is Vipralamba Bhav, the mood of separation. And that's why Jagannath Puri Dham is also known as Vipralamba Kshetra, where everyone is crying. The ocean is crying, where Mahaprabhu is crying to see Jagannath, and Jagannath is crying to see Mahaprabhu, and devotees are crying to see how Mahaprabhu is crying for Jagannath. Shri Sarup Damodar is crying, Shri Ramanand Rai is crying, Shri Gadadhar Pandit is crying, everyone is crying. So this is crying Kshetra, Vipralamba Kshetra. So Shri Gadadhar Pandit thought, I always want to be with Nimai, means Mahaprabhu. Better I should take Kshetra sannyas. So he take a vow, a sannyas. I will not leave this place. So when next year Mahaprabhu told devotees to go back, he can't tell Gadadhar Pandit to go back because now he took sannyas. What kind of sannyas? Sannyas of being always in the same place, cannot go out from here. So Mahaprabhu cannot tell Gadadhar Pandit you should go. And in this way, tricky and cleverly, Shri Gadadhar Pandit took Kshetra sannyas and wanted to be with Mahaprabhu all the time and participating in so many pastimes, Jal Keli, and Rath Yatra, so many pastimes in Jagannath Puri Dham. Once upon a time, Mahaprabhu felt separation from Vrindavan and he wants to go to Vrindavan. But then many devotees approached. Can I go with you? May I go with you? May I go with you? Mahaprabhu forbade everyone. No. No one can go with me. I have to go alone. But Shri Gadadhar Pandit said, I cannot leave you. I cannot bear separation from you. Please allow me to go with you. Mahaprabhu said, what are you saying, Gadadhar? You have taken Kshetra sannyas. How can you break your vow? There will be so much criticism all around about you. People will criticize you. And this is not according to scriptures. Kshetra sannyas, you have to maintain your sannyas. You can't break your vow. You can't give up. And Shri Gadadhar Pandit said, what to speak of giving one time Kshetra sannyas? Just want to be always attached to your lotus feet and always want to be with you. I can reject thousands of this kind of Kshetra sannyas. 1,000 times. I don't mind if I get criticism. Please don't stop me. I want to go with you. So Shri Gadadhar Pandit, he even break. And don't think Gadadhar Pandit, he don't know the Shastras. He knows the Shastras. And Shastra said this is not allowed. But when there is an extreme of prem, extreme of love, then breaking of rules of Shastras is justified. But that in a very extreme case, the love of Shri Gadadhar Pandit towards Mahaprabhu is so high, unparalleled, that if he is rejecting his Kshetra sannyas, still there is no problem. Mahaprabhu told Gadadhar, sorry, Gadar Pandit start walking with Mahaprabhu all the way till Cuttack. But then Mahaprabhu told Gadar Pandit, go back. It's not appropriate. Go back. Gurudev used to explain why Mahaprabhu don't want to take Gadar Pandit with him. Because he is going to Vrindavan. And moment, if Gadadhar Pandit is Mahaprabhu in Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu cannot keep his role, cannot maintain his role that he is taken the complexion and mood of Radharani. He become Krishna there and he will see Gadadhar Pandit as Radharani there and he will embrace and bas, finish. The whole Gaur Leela, for the reason Mahaprabhu comes as Mahaprabhu, as Gaur, means to relish this mood, he can't do that. Therefore Mahaprabhu is saying to Gadadhar Pandit, no. So this is one of the past. And then Mahaprabhu used to see a Chatak Parvat, a sand dune, a hill of sand dune as Govardhan. He used to see ocean as Jamuna. And once upon a time, going fast now, Mahaprabhu, he said, Gadadhar, I want you to worship my Pranadhan, the Lord of my life. The Lord of my life is Shri Gopinath. And Mahaprabhu dug the sand and he took a deity of Gopinath. Gadadhar, would you like to worship the Lord of my life, Gopinath, Krishna? Gadadhar Pandit said, of course, why not? And Mahaprabhu handed over this deity, which is tall, huge deity. And Gadadhar Pandit started worshipping this deity of Mahaprabhu, Krishna, Gopinath Krishna. But Mahaprabhu used to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Gadadhar Pandit. Imagine, this morning I was explaining in detail. Shri Mahadev, Shiva said, Aham Vetti, Shuka Vetti, Vyas na Vetti va. Vyas Vetti na Vetti va. Mahadev, Shiva, who is Vaishnav Nam Yatha Shambhu, the best amongst all the Vaishnavas, say, I know the purport of Bhagavatam. Shukadev, he knows the purport of Bhagavatam, but Vyasadev, who wrote, I'm not sure if he understood the purport of Bhagavatam or not. Because Vyasadev is Shakta Veshavatar, whereas Shiva and Shukdev is Ashya Vigraha, Ashya Jati. Vyasadev is Shakta Veshavatar. It's different. So, Srimad Bhagavatam established, what established? Is an Ashya Jati Grantha. The scripture established the glories of Ashya Jati, means the glories of Radharani more than Krishna. And only targeting Radharani. Only glorifying the Radharani. That's the only purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, imagine if Shukdev Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam, thousands of rishis hearing, Parikshit is hearing, Narad is hearing, Vyasadev is hearing, Pulas Rishi, Bhardwaj Rishi, Agastya Rishi. And imagine if Radharani is speaking Bhagavatam. Imagine if Radharani is speaking Bhagavatam. Because who knows more better than Radharani? Who knows? She's the best speaker. Even though Krishna is speaker, he spoke Bhagavad Gita. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. I am the Lord of everyone. And he spoke Bhagavad Gita, best speaker. And Krishna also spoke Chatushloki Bhagavad to Brahmaji. Aham evasam evatre. So he's always speaking. But Krishna also wants to become audience, wants to hear. So in Mahaprabhu, God Leela, he wants to hear. And he heard from two great personalities. One is from Vishaka Sati, Shri Ramanand Rai, the bank of Godavari. He heard so many details of Krishna Tattva, Radha Tattva, Bhakti, and all other details. He heard from Vishaka Sati, and that's the prime reason of Mahaprabhu visiting South India, only to see Shri Ramanand Rai and wants to hear from him all these details of Ras Vichar. Ras Vichar. Mahaprabhu became not Vakta, not a speaker. He became a Shrota. He wants to hear this. And similarly here, with Shri Gadadhar Pandit, when Gadadhar Pandit is reciting Bhagavatam every day, Mahaprabhu used to come every day and wants to hear from Gadadhar Pandit. What topic was favorite of Mahaprabhu? Prahlad Shiksha, the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj. And who is the Vakta? Who is the speaker? Radharani. Gadadhar Pandit, Radharani is the speaker. Can you imagine how Radharani is, how she is explaining about Srimad Bhagavatam? Who can know more than better than her? It means better than Gadadhar Pandit. Yeah. But in Krishna Leela, did ever Krishna also heard, also became an audience? Yes? Yes. Where? Ras Leela. When Krishna disappeared from Ras Leela, and all the gopis singing the Gopi Geet, and then Krishna, Tasam Avibhu Shauri, Sme Mana Mukham Bhujam, Pitamba Dhruvasragvi, Sakshan Manmat Manmat. Little embarrassed and little smile on his face. You know, when you're stealing something, sometimes if you're hungry and you open your refrigerator midnight 2 o'clock to grab a gulab jamun or rasgulla or a halwa or a roti, and if someone sees you stealing, and how the reaction is, oh, embarrassed. Krishna is so embarrassed there. And he say, oh, I was just joking with you, gopis, and you took it so serious that you started weeping and crying. You took it so serious. So Krishna appeared there, Sakshan Manmat, so beautiful, diminishing the pride of the cupids, million of cupids, but little smile and embarrassed of what he did, offended, troubling gopis. For him was a joke, but gopis took it so serious. So when they were crying, all their veil, their upper cloth, got smeared with the tears, and the eyes which are ointed with kajal, the tears and the kajal were rolling from their cheeks and falling on their cloth. And also, because they were on the bank of Jamuna, singing this Gopi Geet, this orani, this cloth, this also was having dust of Jamuna. In other words, try to understand, the cloth is not very clean. The spots of kajal everywhere, the tears and the dust. But what the gopis did, they took this upper chadar, which was full of tears and all this, and they spread it over to give an asan to Krishna to sit. Give an asan, to offer asan to Krishna. Because there, now, they manifested submissive mood. Oh, we should give an asan to Krishna. And Krishna didn't like this idea. That's a sarcastic on him. Oh, Krishna, please come sit here. In separation, Vire, Visme, Vipadecha. In separation, Radharani always says, not always, but she says, Anath Raman Krishna, oh, you are my beloved Krishna, I'm your maid servant, That's in separation. But when union, she can't say, Krishna, I'm your maid servant. In union, no. In union, she's always, man, I don't want to speak to you. Immediately, in 1 second, the mood changed. But in separation, different mood. So the gopis spread it, this like an asana for Krishna. And that's making Krishna so embarrassed. It's just like a, making him more embarrassed. Okay, please sit this asana. Oh Krishna, you like to see us crying for you. Now you must be happy. And Krishna sat there. How he sat there? Like in a Padmasana. In a Padmasana, you fold your feet and sit like this. Padmasana. The same thing happened here. That when uh, Mahaprabhu used to come and hear Bhagavatam every day from Shri Gadadhar Pandit. But Shri Gurudev also used to explain two reasons why this Tota Gopinath, who was standing with a flute, but he sat down. One is just like Krishna sat. There when the gopis singing Gopi Geet, and here when Shri Gadadhar Pandit is reciting Bhagavatam, Krishna also sit like this in the Padmasana. That's the one reason. Other reason is separation. Gurudev used to comment that many people say Gadadhar Pandit became old and he found so difficult to decorate the face of Krishna because the deity Gopinath is too tall. And Gadadhar Pandit has to rise and decorate and offer garland on the neck. He finding so difficult because he became old. Srila Gurudev used to say, no, there was not much gap, age difference between Mahaprabhu and Krishna, Gadadhar Pandit. Mahaprabhu left this world when after 48 years. And after 11 months, Shri Gadadhar Pandit also left. So in the separation from Mahaprabhu, Gadadhar Pandit, he looks like old. He became old. In that separation, when you love someone, you don't eat, you don't sleep, nothing is pleasing to you, then a person looks like old in that separation. So Shri Gadadhar Pandit reciting Bhagavatam and separation of Mahaprabhu, he found so difficult to place garland. Then the deity Gopinath, the deity Krishna, sat in Padmasana to accept the garland and other offerings and decoration from Shri Gadadhar Pandit, so that it should be comfortable for him to do this. Comfortable. Therefore, what more to say? Today we already spoke so long. So Shri Gadadhar Pandit ki jai. To the reference of Shri Gadadhar Pandit, we pray the lotus feet of Shri Gadadhar Pandit. Please bless us so that we can able to get what the loving devotion, the lotus feet of you and Mahaprabhu together as Shri God Gadadhar. As Shri God Gadadhar. We pay obeisances to you. May we can please our Gurudev with our services, and he can offer us as a lotus feet of Shri God Gadadhar. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Shri God Gadadhar Prabhu ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna.